Good morning, sports fans. Have you ever wondered where the Bronx ranks among the 5 boroughs when it comes to star athletes born right here in New York City and the BX? Well, today I have a compelling argument as to why this borough is the best of the best. My top 10 pro athletes from the Bronx. It's time for another list right here on BronxNet's Open. But first, a C list for a Bronx star still making moves in the game of basketball. Former NBA point guard Rod Strickland from the Bronx is the new men's basketball coach at Long Island University, LIU. Strickland was hired last week to replace Derek Kellogg. Kellogg led the Sharks to a 16-14 record last season. Meanwhile, Strickland had been serving as the program director for the NBA G League Ignite, evaluating and mentoring top high school prospects to prepare them for a professional career. The Sharks are hoping that he can transition to getting those types of players into their program. Here is a statement from Rod on the job hiring announcement by LIU. Open quote, developing young players on and off the court has always aligned with my passion while I was playing, and after retiring from the NBA, I'm appreciative to Long Island University for the opportunity to become a head coach at home here in New York City. The Sharks are going to be a competing program for top athletes who not only want to take their game to the next level, but prepare for success. Close quote. Strickland played 17 years in the NBA after being picked by the Knicks in the first round of the 1988 NBA draft. He led the league in assists in the 97-98 season and is 13th on the career list in that category. Since retiring in 2005, the 55-year-old was an assistant at South Florida and also worked at Memphis and Kentucky. We featured him many times right here on BronxNet. Here's a cool clip from October of 2018 when Rod stopped by Co-op City with the Knicks.
There's so many young people here in the Bronx that could use a good assist from an organization like the Knicks, and then from guys like yourselves who they grew up idolizing.
Anytime we have an opportunity to do something like this, we take advantage of it. I know I do. So, like I said, we're having fun with it as well, as long as nobody gets hurt. I mean, that's the goal.
Does it have a special meaning to you to know that you're helping some of this youth of tomorrow kind of get to bigger and better things?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's kind of the foundation that, I came from. I had people who looked out for me, took me out of the inner city, gave me an opportunity, gave me a chance to be successful. So it's always great to come back, and, that's part of the give back.
It means a lot. Anytime you get people to come to my district that want to help the children of the district and beyond, it's a beautiful moment for me. And it's a watershed moment for me because I went to 181 around the corner, and the locker room that they had us changing in was the gym that they actually had us play in junior high school. And the impact is still huge now that we can come get the Knicks, MSG, Fidelis, all these great community partners with New York Edge to bring some great things to some kids.
It's about giving back. I mean, and that's what we talk about. It's myself, Rod, and like a John Stark. Since we're not active playing anymore, this is for a way for us to show our appreciation for what the youngsters and the youth did for us.
To get a chance to suit up, this is kind of like your Knicks debut. How does this feel?
Well, as a Celtic fan, I'm trying to handle being in this, but anything for the youth and the kids in the community. I'm happy to be a part of it. Hope I don't hurt myself out here, but I'm looking to have some fun.
We'll see where Strickland ranks on my list. Here we go. Without further ado, my top 10 pro athletes in Bronx sports history. At number 10 on my list, the 9th overall pick by the Charlotte Bobcats in the 2011 NBA draft, none other than 4-time All-Star Kemba Walker. The Soundview product went to Rice High School and later lifted UConn to not only the Big East crown, but the national championship. In that 2010-11 season, Walker was the nation's second leading scorer and was named consensus first-team All-American. He led the Huskies to the 2011 NCAA championship and claimed the tournament's Most Outstanding Player award. Certainly a good way to start off this list. At number 9, few players could match the all-around contributions of this Mount St. Michael graduate in the 1950s. I see his jersey hanging above me daily during the college basketball season as the current voice of Iona College men's basketball. Richie Guerin was once a star for the Gales in New Rochelle. The 6'4" Bronx native manned the center position at Iona College before being chosen by the Knicks in the 1954 NBA draft. He averaged 17.3 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists per game and made 6 All-Star games in the NBA during a 13-year NBA career. Sticking with more Bronx stars from the BX, we mentioned him earlier. Wherever Rod Strickland played, he was the man. As a high school junior, he led Truman High School to a state title, and when he got to DePaul University, he powered the Blue Demons to 4 straight NCAA tournament appearances. All of that was just a prelude to his NBA career. Strickland scored 14,463 points during 17 years in the association, and is widely considered one of the best players never to make an NBA All-Star appearance. Rod comes in here on my list at number 8. Every July 1st, his name reappears in the sports headlines. That's when the Mets fans begrudgingly celebrate Bobby Bonilla Day, since the club is still going to be paying the long-retired former MLB star from the Bronx. Bonilla's 4+ seasons with the Mets were more disappointing than dominant, but he had a very solid pro baseball career. The former Lehman High School star made 6 All-Star teams, won a World Series title with the Florida Marlins in 1997, and collected 2,010 career hits. He comes in here on my list at number 7. Dolph Schayes comes in at number 6 on my top 10 Bronx-born athletes. The 6'8" Clinton High School grad broke in with the Syracuse Nationals in 1949, averaging a then impressive 12.8 points per game. 8 years later, the league introduced the shot clock, and Schayes boosted his scoring average into the 20s. He finished his pro career with 18,438 career points and was named to the Naismith Hall of Fame in 1973. Speaking of Hall of Famers, Art Donovan was not only one of the finest football players ever to emerge from Mount St. Michael High School, but he was also one of the best in the history of the National Football League. The heart of the Baltimore Colts defense from 53 to 1961, the 263-pound Donovan played in 5 Pro Bowls and also served as one of the team's leaders. He was the first Colt named to the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton, earning that honor in 1968. Today, his name is among the greats on the Bronx Walk of Fame. Art comes in here at number 5, and pretty cool autographed football from him from back in those days. Hard to believe this is almost 20 years ago when Art Donovan was put in the Bronx Walk of Fame. We continue this list. The Bronx Bull comes in here at the 4 spot. No, not actor Robert De Niro, but the real man that he depicted in the film of the same name. Nicknamed the Bronx Bull for his relentless fighting style, LaMotta grew up in the Morris Park section of the Bronx and developed into one of the most feared middleweights of the 1940s. LaMotta was named to the International Boxing Hall of Fame in 1990 and compiled an 83-19-4 record, and was the first fighter to defeat Sugar Ray Robinson, outpointing him in 1943. From the minute that Frankie Frisch left Fordham University and joined the New York Giants, baseball New York Giants, the Fordham Flash flashed his speed in the bigs. He stole 419 bases in 19 seasons from 1919 through 1937. More importantly, he was a winner in baseball. Frisch won 3 World Series titles as a player and claimed a 4th as a player manager for the St. Louis Cardinals in 1934. He was elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown in 1947. The Fordham Flash swipes the 3rd spot here on my list. The Bronx's Hammer and Hank lived up to his nickname during 13 years in the majors. Hank Greenberg collected 2 American League Most Valuable Player awards, 4 home run titles, and 4 RBI crowns. The former Monroe High School star won 2 World Series titles with the Detroit Tigers and belted 331 career home runs. He was elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame in 1956. And at number 1, nothing small about his game. Speaking of legendary nicknames here in the Bronx, Nate Tiny Archibald. This NBA legend managed to be both scorer and distributor while playing for 5 different teams and making 6 All-Star squads from 1970 through 1984. During the 72-73 season, he became the first and only player to lead the NBA in both scoring and assists, and was elected to the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame in 1991. Not bad for a player who was cut from the Clinton High School basketball team of the Bronx as a sophomore. That's my top 10 list. There have been some tremendous names to come out of the Big Apple, legends like Sandy Koufax and John McEnroe. But can any borough really deliver a top 10 list like that one? Let the debate begin. That's one dynamite sports list. That's your look at sports. I'm Bobby C. Stay tuned, more open coming back after this.